These are the fundamentals of rhythm changes that you need to know to be able to play them effectively. First of all, basic rhythm changes. It's called a rhythm change because it uses the chord changes from the song I Got Rhythm by George Gershwin. It's not actually anything to do with the rhythm changing, although we will get to that. But here's your basic rhythm changes. To go through it very quickly, you start on the 1 chord, go to the 4 chord, kind of like a blues, back to the 1 chord, repeat that, and then the B section, you just go 2-5, and then you do a 2-5 into the 2-5, and then you end back at the 1. And then second A, you do the exact same thing with the turnaround at the end. So, if we write in the turnaround, super common jazz turnaround, we go 1 to the 6, 2, and 5, then we land back at the 1. In this particular case, that 6 chord there, we made it a 6 dominant, which doesn't mean that it's in the key, but it just means that when we're getting to that 2 chord, the 6 chord is the 5 chord of that 2 chord. Now, heading back from there to the top, we start on the 1 chord, and then we end up on the 1 chord for ages. Well, what if we did an imaginary 1 chord here, and then we just went 1, 6, 2, 5? Crazy. You know what's even more crazy? Is if someone said, hey, you know how we're going to get to the 4 chord down here? We're going to put the 5 chord in front of it. And the 5 chord happens to be the 1 chord. So looking at this, some clever cookie went, let's do the turnaround. Same turnaround, but we'll just land on the 1 dominant instead of the 1 major. And now, since we repeat that A section, let's put a turnaround in here. Now, if we look at our A1 and A2 section, kind of the same. And just like magic, whoa, now they're the same. The next step is we just make it 2 chords per bar the whole time. The way that we can do that is we can make this a 2-5 instead of just the 5, and we can make our 4 chord go from the 4 to the 4 minor, just like a blues. Now, what you might notice is that we still have this 1 chord in brackets, because technically we can change it. And what do we change it to? Well, I'm glad you asked. How about we take the upper structure of the 1 chord and we turn that into a 3 chord. Now those A sections are looking jazzy. And if you want to play with those A sections a bit better, you can refer to this video that'll appear right here. But looking to the B section, one thing that we can look to do instantly is take those 5 chords, those dominant chords, and just put a 2 chord in front of them. Now, there's a lot more that we can do with this, but at a very basic level, we've gone from this to this. And if you play these chords on a rhythm changes, you will sound like you know what you're doing. But if you want to take this to the next level, we've got another video coming out soon where we're going to talk about some extra changes for the B section.